This last video is just going to be helping those who are still struggling with graphing. This is slope-intercept form. This is standard form, and this would be the process that I would go through if I were graphing equations in these two forms. So, first thing that you would want to notice, or that I think you should notice, is that I would expect you to write down that this is, just by looking at the fact that there's a bar, it's going to be a solid line. And since we are already solved for y, and it says y is greater than, we're going to be shading above the line. That is what I call look and know information. This is going to be your y-intercept. So I'm going to put a dot at -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a dot at -5, and then from that dot, I'm going to rise 3, and I'm going to run 4, and it is a negative slope, so I'm going to be going this direction. Again, that's just look and know information. So from this point, I'm going to rise 3. That's 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that gives me another dot. I could do it again, rise 1, 2, 3, run 1, 2, 3, 4, get several dots so that when I draw my solid line, it comes out to be, reasonably straight. I'm going to try to freehand this here, and I'm going to get a reasonably straight line. And we said that we were going to shade above, so I'm expecting all of this to be shaded. You should verify that this shading is correct by picking some point in this shaded section. The point 0, 0 is a favorite for most people because the math is usually really easy. You plug in 0 for y, you plug in 0 for x, and when you multiply, you always get 0. So 0 is greater than or equal to -5, which is a true statement. So that means the point 0, 0 is in the shaded section. So we've just verified it algebraically that we've shaded the correct section of our coordinate plane. When you have it in standard form, the easiest way to do this is to find your x and y intercepts. And x and y intercepts are super easy if you just leave half of the equation off. So what I've done right here, I've rewritten it 2x is less than 6. I've actually plugged in 0 for y. So I'm plugging in 0 for y so that I can find this x value right here. And now all I have to do is get the x by itself. So divide both sides by 2. X is less than or equal to 3. So that means that my x-intercept is 3, 0. Super easy. And then this over here, what I did was plugged in 0 for x. That's why the x term went away, because 2 times 0 is 0. And now I just wrote down 3y is less than 6. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And y is less than 2. So put the 2 right here, and I'm going to graph the point 0, 2. And I'm going to connect those two lines, those 2 points, to get a pretty straight line. Uh-oh, I messed up, because it should be dotted. And so I'm going to grab my eraser and go back here and make this line dotted. Should be a dotted line. I should have done that at the very beginning. And because it says that this y value is less than, I'm going to be shading down. So I'm predicting that I'm going to be shading down. And I'm going to do a test point just to make sure. I'm going to plug in the point 0, 0. You plug in 0 right here, you get 0. You plug in 0 right here, you get 0. And 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 is less than 6. That's a true statement. So that means I have correctly shaded the section that includes the point 0, 0. So I was correct in predicting that I shade down.